Alright, y'all, so I'm just gonna just keep it real with you. There's just a subject that's been on my mind that I've just been wanting to talk about for some days now. I want to talk about being comfortable with yourself. I was on Facebook, I was scrolling and I saw this video. And it was a girl. She wasn't what society would call average size. Normal, usual, regular, common, typical. Somebody asked her, would you change your size? Would you rather be skinny? And she said no. I couldn't even watch the rest of the video because number one, I was disgusted. Why would you sit there and ask somebody, would you rather be skinny? I don't understand why it's such a challenge for us to learn to be comfortable with ourselves. For instance, I'm not your average size girl. You guys are going to be watching this video and you're like, this girl is speaking on people bigger than her and she's not even big. It'd be different and I'd be able to relate to her if she was bigger or if she was my size. That's my point. You should not be comparing yourself to me to justify how you feel about yourself. If you know that you are a bigger person, if you know that you're a size 12, 14, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, you must either be comfortable with that, and if you are not comfortable, if every day that you get up and it's a challenge, it's just hard in your life, like you're just physically exhausted, I suggest that you do something about it. Then that is when you should wake up and say, maybe I should do something about my weight. Maybe my weight is causing so much of this pain that I need to do something about it. There's so many TV shows out there, The Biggest Loser, where they've gone through some steps and gone through all these things to change their body, and it changes their lives. I can't tell you how many times in high school I had these friends.
I know I'm fat. I can't do that because I'm fat. I can't wear that or go in that store with you because I'm fat. I'm not about to go in that store with you and look around when I know I can't fit in that stuff.
That is, first of all, you speaking negative about yourself. You should be to the point where if I want to go into a store where they have bathing suits that don't fit you, you should be comfortable with yourself that if I go in that store, you can just stand around and look around with me and say, oh, that's cute, or I like that on you, or that's cute. Don't envy me because I am this size. Don't envy me because you are not my size. You have to be comfortable with yourself. I can only speak for myself really, so I can't really tell you how to fully deal with that. But I am 6'2" and I consider average shape size, but I am tall, I am lanky. My hands are supposed to be lanky and long like this. My feet are supposed to be long and fat, or long and skinny, or however I was made. That's how I am. So when people come up and say, look at that skinny heifer, or look at that girl, she thinks she's so cute because she's smaller. I don't realize that I'm skinny or that I'm small unless you tell me. It's like you're comfortable with yourself being big, or you have confidence until somebody comes and tells you that that size that you are or that shirt that you're wearing is not okay. Not everybody in this world can be average size. First of all, that would be boring. People have to be different. People were made different. But if you are sure that you are happy with yourself being 600 pounds, then be happy. Now, there are those people that are out there that have heard themselves being called fat so many times that they have just become accustomed to it. And let's say someone's bullying them and they say, oh, you're fat. They'll say, well, thank you. Nobody is happy to be called fat. People just deal with it. And you have learned to say, well, I am fat, but I'm beautiful. You've learned to adjust to it. Like if you go on Facebook and somebody says, I'm big or I'm fat, but I'm beautiful. When you're speaking about someone, a human, a person, and you use the word fat, that's negative. I mean, all of it has negative connotations. It's not going to be something that somebody's going to look at and be positive about. If I see something that says, I might be big, but I'm beautiful, no. I might be fat, but I'm beautiful, no. You are beautiful, honey. You are beautiful. Do not add any extra adverbs or any extra adjectives. I think it's adjectives. I'm pretty sure those are adjectives. I'm not good with English. How can I put this? You cannot add a negative adjective with a positive adjective. You can, but it completely contradicts it. That is opening the door for other people to say, you sure are fat. You sure are fat and you're not beautiful. I don't even know why you posted that picture of yourself. Just think about it. I might be skinny, but I'm beautiful. think of the definition of skinny, something that's frail, something that's tiny. And then think of the definition that's beautiful, something that's pretty, something that's great, something that's amazing. And you put those two together, it does not make sense. If you're going to have confidence with yourself being big, being chubby, being not average, then just have confidence. Just say you're beautiful. Do not add those negative connotations. Do not add those negative adjectives with it. Just say, I am beautiful. Use positive things. But if you post a picture of yourself, a selfie or something, and you just say, I am beautiful, I guarantee you there will be more positive comments than negative. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's going to be happy with you being big. I'm not saying that. People are going to be mean. I'm just saying you need to learn to be confident. And if you're going to be confident, you can't use negative connotation. This conversation is all over the place. But I'm basically saying, do you, boo-boo. If you want to wear a bathing suit or lingerie and put it on YouTube, that's fine. But you need to realize that if you want to be comfortable with your body, there are people that are not going to be comfortable with it. So you just have to take all of that. You have to take it because people are going to give it to you. You have to take it, or I suggest now you just learn to become deaf or cut off your ears, because it's going to happen either way. Never let them see you sweat. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. My coach used to tell us that all the time. So if you know that you are fat, you're not average, whatnot, never let them see you sweat. You know that. You wake up with yourself every day. It's you that gets up out of this bed, not this bed, this is my bed, but out of your bed. And you wake up every day. You wake up with the same hands, I hope. You wake up with the same feet, I hope. And you go into the mirror and you look at the same face. You look at the same person. So you know you have a left eye. You know you have a freckle over here at the corner of your eye. You know that you have long, lengthy fingers. You know that you are bigger than most people. You know that you have a roll on top of a roll on top of a roll. You know that you have pimples. You know that you have these things. So why do people meet you and say, you're tall, or you're fat, or you have pimples on your face? Why do people feel the need to, this is a question that I know you often ask yourself, so that's why I'm asking it. Why do people feel the need to point out your flaws when you already know you have them? Why? Because they have flaws themselves, and they're trying to get to you before you get to them. It's sad that people have that mindset, because I honestly could just walk up to a person and just talk to them days on end and never think about the negative things that they have, or the flaws that they have, or the pimples they have in their face, or how they talk, or if they have a lisp, or any of that. I never think of that, because I'm not trying to fight you, because I'm living my life. You know how exhausting that would be? That's a whole job. And you want to know how they got that way? They got that way because somebody did that to them, and then somebody did that to them, and somebody did that to them. This has got to stop, okay? But if you just personally work on yourself, and I know that that's boring to do, I know that that's tedious, I know that that's time consuming, but your life would be so much easier. You would be able to breathe again. Honestly, I cannot preach this enough, but you have to realize that your happiness starts with you. Your happiness, I know that so many YouTubers preach this, but this is true. Your happiness starts with you. And if you notice that you're allowing other people to alter your happiness, then it's not gonna be good. It's not, and it's a habit. It can be a habit to let people come in and do that sort of thing. You don't need to be surrounding yourself with people like that, because if one minute somebody finds you beautiful and the next minute somebody finds you ugly as crap, then that's definitely not somebody you want to be around. That's just something that I just wanted to touch on, because I hate seeing those things where people always ask big people, are they happy with their size? And that's not a question we should be asking them, because that's in a sense separating big people from small people from big people. Big people already get hate from the size that they are. Small people already get hate from the size that they are. So don't sit there and ask them to speak on what is challenging every day in their life unless they want to. And if they want to speak on it, don't ask them a straightforward question like that. Don't ask that type of question. Ask more of a broad question. Ask, are you confident? Even if it wasn't about them being big if they never spoke about it. That doesn't mean that that's wrong. That doesn't mean that they're abnormal. That just means that they have found those people that they have surrounded themselves with that choose not to look at them because of their size. You guys, it's so important to live in the now and to try to fix your mindset now before you get through life and on through life thinking these negative things. And it's so important now to realize the flaws that you have and to become comfortable with who you are so that other people can't get in the way. And the sooner you realize that you can't pick up an eraser and erase something without getting smudges, then the easier your life will be.